Ladies and gentlemen, this is Audacious Panda with my boy Ali. It's fucking snowing outside. It's terrible. We're in Toronto.
Canada. Yes.
Canada's the socialist motherland.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Canadians are dicks.
No, they're not.
They
I just had an
are
ACL
dicks.
surgery for free, so I think that's a W.
You did not have that for free, sir.
Didn't have to pay up front. They didn't open up my knee and ask me if I could afford it.
How much did you pay? How much you paid out of pocket?
Out of pocket, nothing.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Nothing, man. You walk in, you tell them you got a torn ACL, they give you a new one.
Well, I guess socialism isn't that bad.
Never was. Bernie Sanders.
Don't influence our elections. Alright? Leave that to Russia.
Let's talk about another election. Pakistan. What's happening over there? We took a W there, right?
What's news today is like Imran Khan went to bathroom like the 12th time, and
oh man,
the last time he didn't flush because the water bill goes to the it comes out of the government pocket, and the government is funded by the people, so he did not flush his toilet and saved us.
What a great man! What a great man! But you know what? At this point, it's getting frustrating, right? Are we even talking about political issues anymore?
No, it's just.
I don't think the problem's with the guy. I think the problem is with our media outlets just got way too much time, and the whole focus has now become so personalized again about Imran Khan, about his life, what he does, how he smiles, why he walks, what his morals and values are. We get it, but I think there's not much being spoken about the actual
work.
Exactly, like what progress are we making, what are the plans. I know that gets brought up, but the rest of the time we're just talking about the man personally. And I can say that I was just talking to you about this, it's my dad. He's a Pakistani man. He's going from dusk to dawn just listening to a bunch of videos about Imran Khan, and it's not him that's the problem. The problem is why is there so many videos about the personal things the man does? So I think people need to just stop getting obsessed with the man himself and be a little more obsessed with his political agenda. What do you think?
Lately the entire Nawaz Sharif trial.
Oh God!
Do you need a minute-to-minute update on that?
And none of it matters. It's all just speculation. It's just all self-proclaimed analysts sitting there and telling you what's going to happen. Oh, sir, I think he's going to go to jail for this much time, and he's going to be found guilty for this and this. And
every time they ask, well, how do you know? And they're like, well, you'll see. Yes, time will tell. We get it. Thank you for wasting 30 minutes of my time by telling me what you thought was going to happen, and none of it is going to happen. And all of them are way off. You'll see.
I've given up. Wasn't Nawaz Sharif arrested, and now he's in
he is in jail. He's in jail.
Can you describe his jail to me? What is his jail conditions?
It's pretty comfortable.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
So a man stole close to $1 trillion.
So they say.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Okay, let's say $1 billion. Let's be a little humble.
Conservative?
Yes.
Okay.
So $1 billion a man steals, and you're telling me that after being jailed, the guy gets transferred into another facility that's a little more comforting for him? I mean, I'd steal $1 billion if you want to give me a nice, comfortable little bedroom apartment that I can be with my brother. Why are we caring for somebody's safety when he just absolutely demolished your country, stole taxpayer money, benefited himself, leached on, sucked all the potential out of the country, and now with all your billions of dollars, I'm supposed to feel bad for you? I'm supposed to be worried?
Well, that's not gonna
Is that really a concern of mine?
Here's the thing. The first time he went to jail, which was a few months ago, I saw his pictures after he came out. He looked really sick. I mean, as a human being, he was the prime minister.
Oh, stop it. Cut it out. Are you feeling bad for a man?
I'm not feeling bad for him, but
who mobbed your country, who mobbed a country. He's Pablo Escobar. He's Pablo Escobar status. The guy goes to jail and demands that he should be put into better, comfortable positions. The guy gets accused of stuff and comes up with silly excuses to get away from it. He does not deserve sympathy. Please don't show sympathy to the man.
I'm not actually showing sympathy to the fact I guess it is unnecessary.
Absolutely not. There's no reason. I don't think it deserves sympathy, merely because because of his actions, a lot of people lost their lives. A lot of people are poor. A lot of people lost their fortunes, committed suicides. Like, things were not done at a small scale where people weren't affected that much. You've affected millions of people. It's a huge population that gets affected. Their careers, people have to make different choices in life. A lot of people migrated to different countries to escape the corruption. So you've touched and changed so many people's lives in a negative manner that you do not deserve sympathy.
But is his suffering going to bring back the money? Like, I think the focus should be
No, the
on
suffering.
bringing back the money.
Absolutely, the number one priority is bringing back the money. But his suffering, if that's not going to happen, the man's not giving up anything, and I don't know what the plan is if they're going to get anything. I'm definitely not going to sit down and listen to an analyst tell me on Geo News.
Are you telling me you're not going to listen to Shahid Massoud?
No, I'm not going to let him tell me if he's going to give up the money or not, because he doesn't know it either. So what I will want the country to see, well, because why are punishments even in place, right? Why does law punish you for doing something? Because you're made an example out of for people to look at and be like, oh shit, I don't want to experience that, so I will never do that shit. If you show me that the man's not going through suffering, you're not telling me that I should refrain from such actions, and I'll continue to do so, because reward and risk, basically the reward of having billions of dollars and risk of being still taken care of, that's a great trade-off. I'll still commit crime. But the moment you show me that I look like I'm dying and I'm suffering and it's just unbearable, I would think twice before doing it. So definitely deserves the punishment he's getting. He does not deserve any sympathy, because you're not making an example out of him for anybody. And it's a long awaited. He had this coming. He's ready. It's not the first time he's been jailed. And he comes back and does the same shit again. His family backs him up for everything that he does. That makes absolutely no sense. Regardless, don't want to keep this going too long. Be more constructive. Give me a little more, calculated analytics.
Some fucking research would help.
Exactly. Don't tell me what you woke up this morning and thought was going to happen to the elections.
Yeah,
don't tell me what you think is going to happen.
Because
Because you have an audience. You have a responsibility. People like my father are listening to you, and they're wasting their time by listening to something, and they go tell their friends like this is what's about to happen, and none of that shit happens. A little shout out to the Pakistani media. Let's take a step back, reevaluate what we put out there, do a little more research.
And stop the World Cup references.
Oh,
it's enough.
I get the analogy.
Now
The
is the
first time I
time.
got the analogy, but at this point, that's it for me. That's it from Canada.
Ali, you were so fluent and you sounded intellectual, which you're really not. But
Yes,
it was
there you go.
it was
That was the
fantastic
plan.
to have you on the show. It was worth it to just drive here to Canada.
Hope you had a good time in Canada.
Okay.
Oh, God. Go back to America. I'll be back though. I'll be back on the show.
We out of here.